All right. Hello, biology students. Welcome to a short clip on chemistry. I got a longer version on my channel that you can watch, but this is kind of for like really basic. If you watch that longer video and you're still confused, let's break it down and go a little slower. So this is biology, but we are going to be studying, the title of this is Basic Chemistry. All right, Basic Chemistry. And we're going to look at a few things today. All right. Basic chemistry. Now, the first thing you need to know is what an atom is. An atom is that classic picture you always see of. Let me draw real quick. You see something in the center, like that, and then you see in the outside something like that, and then of course uh, something floating around the outside of it. All right. Well, those are the three things you're going to have to memorize that are part of this atom. The first thing in blue is a proton. Okay. You're just going to have to memorize that proton. The next thing in the picture in the red is the neutron. Neutron. And lastly, the last thing in yellow is electron. Alright, so you guys are going to have to memorize those three particles. So first thing you got to do for me is memorize the three particles that make up an atom. The next thing you need to memorize for me is the charges. These all have a charge. You probably heard that word like, I need to go charge my phone. Well, these have charges. A proton has a positive charge. Okay, so if you have 3 protons, you have a positive 3. The neutron has a neutral charge or a no charge. I'm just going to put N for no charge. And the last one is electron, and it has a negative charge. This is very, very, very super important to memorize the charges, okay? So please memorize those charges. Take the time now to write that down. Pause the video if you have to, and get that down pat. Now the next thing I need you to memorize is the weight of these particles. One proton has the weight of a 1 atomic mass unit. The weight of a neutron is 1 atomic mass unit. And for all intents and purposes for a basic chemistry course, the electron has 0 atomic mass unit, or no mass at all. But I definitely need you guys to memorize these three things: protons, the neutrons, electrons, the charges, and the weights. Okay, you're going to need to know this because not sure if you knew this, but the periodic table is like a cheat sheet. And if you can at least look at the periodic table and find the element when I say carbon, you're going to be able to find out a lot of information. Okay, so please memorize those three things, and let's look at an example from the periodic table. Now, I'm not going to pull up the periodic table, but I am going to draw something. So we have, you may see the element that says C, and underneath that the element name is carbon. Okay, you're going to see a number above that, or typically above or to the side, and that's a 6 for carbon. And then you may see a number under here. Okay, and I'm just going to round that to 12. And of course, they're all in their lovely boxes. Okay, so just looking at that, we can figure out a lot of information. Okay, the first thing we can figure out is how many protons are in there. How many protons? All right, how many protons are in there? Well, that's simple, guys. If I asked you how many protons are in there, all you got to, or how many protons are in carbon specifically, all you need to do is locate carbon and locate that big number at the top there, 6. So in the element of carbon, there are 6 protons. Okay. Nothing fancy. If you were to look at oxygen, oxygen would have a big number 8, and so oxygen has a has 8 protons. The second question I can ask you is this: how many neutrons are in there? And you're probably thinking, I don't know. Well, actually, you do. This number 12 down here is actually the weight. the atomic mass unit weight of carbon. So you figure if you know if you have 6 protons already, if you have 6 protons, so what is the weight of 1 proton? Well, the weight of 1 proton is 1 atomic mass unit. So we already have 6 atomic mass units of protons. We have 12 from here, so we have 12. Let me just draw where I got that 12 from. I got that 12 right here, right off the periodic table, guys, that cheat sheet. And so I need to find out the number of neutrons. Well, obviously, what has weight? Well, protons have weight and neutrons have weight. So if I know the protons and I know the total weight, it's just a simple algebra or simple math problem. You do 12 minus 6, and that will give you 6 atomic mass units, and that tells you 6 neutrons. All right, 6 neutrons, and of course these are protons. All right, so hopefully you found that a little helpful, how to use the periodic table as a cheat sheet to find out the answers. Please take the time to memorize the 3 particles, the charges, and the weights, because you can see how important they are. Other than that, guys, that is for a basic chemistry lesson, and thank you.